Located in the middle of the city of Kingston, West Kingston residents have been suffering from a lack of potable water for almost 30 years. That is to change. A contract for the implementation of a major pipeline was signed on Wednesday, August 12. More in this report from Marlon Samuels.
Some residents of the Kingston metropolitan region have, for close to 30 years, not had reliable potable water. Consecutive Jamaican governments have spent many years and millions of dollars trying to make clean water flow from the taps in the communities of West and Central Kingston, as well as St. Andrew South, Western, and West Central St. Andrew. But at any given time, communities across Kingston are underwater advisories.
When the city of Kingston was conceived, the level of planning that was required to really make it a modern, functional city was not fully in place. So much of Kingston is developed with very old infrastructure, which simply now cannot carry the capacity that it's needed to serve. And when you now start to talk about sewage disposal in downtown Kingston, you're looking at sewage systems that are over 100 years old, with material that was not designed to withstand the level of demands placed on it today.
$25 million has been earmarked to put the much needed infrastructure in place to provide a reliable source of potable water. The pipes are expected to last for at least 60 years before any upgrading work will need to be done.
This project will connect to the pipe that we already laid along the Mandela Highway. It will replace the old mains along Spanish Town Road to Blake Road it is. And this will ensure that the proper water pressure and consistent supply of water can reach the communities along that area and go as far as to central Kingston. Now, that will mean a dramatic change in the condition under which people live in these communities. It will mean an absolute improvement in their quality of life.
The laying of the pipes will cause some dislocation.
In 2018, when we were laying those pipes, people didn't have water, having to go through all the procurement, and then there is a drought. There was also the congestion of us tearing up the roads to put in the pipes. There may be some of that for the residents along Spanish Town Road, but I am told that we are now going to be using some new technology, hopefully, which is what they call directional drilling, which they will tunnel underground to have the mains installed where it is possible and where it can be done to minimize the dislocation of this action. So again, I would use this opportunity to appeal to the residents of the area and the motoring public that there will be some dislocation. We ask for your understanding and patience while this is done.
NWC sees itself as a national water service and sewage service provider, and therefore our efforts are always going to be focused both in rural, and I agree, and as the Prime Minister has indicated and make it clear, NWC is now forced to stretch a little bit further than its usual urban centers, because that's where we would normally operate most of our infrastructure. We're now moving further into the interior of the island. But it comes at a great cost. And it is something that I want to echo when we do these projects to help you from spending $4,000 or $5,000 for truck water. We're asking you to connect to our system legally and pay the reduced rate.
There are additional plans to ensure Jamaica's water security.
There has to be a protocol, not bypassing the system in any way, shape, or form, but a protocol to get essential water supplies and water upgrading infrastructure through the processes to the point of where it is considered for approval, either at the PPC or at Cabinet. And as we speak, Prime Minister, right now we have, aside and apart from the Rio Cobre, which is $60 million US of upgrading, we have probably 7 or 8 other major water projects totaling probably $800 to $1 billion, which are in the system at some point. And I think if there's anything that I can bring to the table is to find that way to work with the agencies and the necessary bodies that regulate to see how we can get these to the point of where they are either approved or deferred or whatever the situation is. But water at this stage, you used to say, Chairman, water is life. I think it's now water is life or death.
For the news on PBCJ, I'm Marlon Samuels.